Hi, I'm Joe from Abyss Headphones, and we're going to talk a little bit about the AB1266, which is now considered one of the best headphones in the world. Some of the reasons we've gotten to that status are primarily the driver technology and the construction of the frame. Our driver is unique in the world. We have a patent pending on it. It is a planar magnetic driver, and we've basically spent years developing and refining what planar magnetics are all about, and this is about as refined as you can get in a planar driver. It's capable of full frequency response, full range. It does the highs real well. It does the bass better than any headphone in the world, and that's all from a single 66 millimeter driver. We're able to do that by a combination of refining the magnetic structure. We made a unique material for the planar diaphragm that's designed strictly for sound. It has minimal negative resonant characteristics, and basically it's like a wall of sound without adding its own sound. Since the driver is that good, it's capable of sounding very open, very expansive. It images outside of your head like a pair of speakers would, and we combine that with an open back. We use foamed aluminum, which protects the driver but allows the sound through. It's visible to the driver. There's no damping materials. There's nothing that this thing requires. It just plays music. So basically we've created the best diaphragm material we could. It is flat phase response, and there's no crossovers in headphones like this. There's nothing to muck up the sound. It's direct connection right to the amplifier. Since JPS Labs is the parent company, we also make cables. So we made a custom cable set just for these headphones. It's only available with the headphones. We don't sell headphone cables. We reserve this technology just for our headphones. So the cables are clear, sound very good. It's included with the driver technology, and why it's quite different than everything else out there. We spent about 5 years developing this transducer and this headphone, and the biggest challenge was finding the materials to make the diaphragm out of that lack the resonances that other materials have that are annoying to people when they're listening to music. Every other headphone you listen to, you're listening to reflections off of plastic, or the resonance of the plastic material, or the mylar that the diaphragms are made of, and you don't realize it, but part of the sound, the low-level detail in the music is being that noise that the driver and reflections are making are additive to the music. So we wanted to avoid all that. So a big part of what we do is, what we've done is created a unique material that has minimal resonance of its own, which allows us to make a driver without using any felt or damping materials to try to quench those resonances, because there are none. The other thing that's quite different in what we're doing is the fact that we have a one-piece magnet structure, where everyone else is using multiple bar magnets held by some frame, which is a variable. I mean, you have you're running 10, 20 magnets in each driver, and each one has a slightly different strength, different position relative to the next one. It's very difficult to make a planar highly consistent. So what we've done is we've gotten rid of that whole mess and created a single magnet with slots through it, which is again part of our patent pending, which allows us precision from driver to driver. Once we did that, we realized that we could optimize even to a much higher level the diaphragm motor structure to the magnetic field. So we brought the whole process of producing the diaphragm, we brought all that in-house, bought the machinery that we needed to do our own diaphragm, and we went through hundreds and hundreds of iterations of the diaphragm and the magnet to completely optimize it for sound. And that's one of the things it's very difficult to do. For most companies, you can't spend that kind of money because you don't have the process in-house to do it, and you wouldn't go through hundreds of iterations if each iteration cost you a few $1,000s. So we spent the money up front, brought it in-house, and now so we can produce our drivers in-house. Going forward, we're going to take this technology and trickle it down into lower cost models. This was designed strictly for performance. Everything on this is about performance. When we go down in price, we'll improve the look in more traditional headband, smaller drivers, thinner drivers, lighter weight, but still maintain our sound qualities. So we're looking forward to later this year in 2015 to introduce a model that has similar sound qualities, but nearly half the price. And thanks again for listening.